Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Kevin Friel. I'd like to remind you right at the top that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. You can go online at www.town.barnstable.ma.us. Thursday night, the Barnstable Town Council picked up where it left off from its May 20th meeting, listening to budget presentations from the town's department directors. To begin Barnstable Today, this evening we feature Community Services Director Lynn Poyon.
The Community Services General Fund budget is divided into 4 different categories. Marine Environmental Affairs represents 34%, Recreation 48%, Senior Services 16%, Youth Services 2%. Within Marine Environmental Affairs, there are 2 separate enterprise accounts, Marinas and Sandy Neck. Under Recreation, we have Golf and the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. The total 11 budget is $2,601,888. As I mentioned, or I didn't mention this previously, but it's 2% of the general fund budget. 45% is funded through taxes and 55% is generated through user fees. Significant changes for FY11, additional funding request of $38,138. $30,000 is for propagation, fulfilling the town manager's commitment to a 3-year economic development program to fund shellfish propagation at $100,000 per year. $2,500 for vessel maintenance for MEA, and $5,638 to restore a seasonal mooring officer funding. Both the $2,500 and the $5,638 is being provided by Special Revenue Fund for mooring fees.
During the fiscal year 2011 budget discussions, a unique opportunity is available for citizens to give their opinion on the budget by calling into Town Hall with comments, questions, or concerns. Here's one question for the police department.
Will we ever see the summer foot patrol on Hyannis Main Street again?
Good evening, Mr. President, councilors. The answer is no, you will not see the summer police officers again back on Main Street. But there will be a foot patrol back on Main Street in a limited fashion. What we're doing is we take the police officers' uncommitted time. Once you put a patrol out there, they have to answer 911 calls, they have to answer their service calls, their administrative tasks, such as report writing. But that still leaves some uncommitted time where in the past they've been assigned to patrol a geographical area. We are now taking that uncommitted time and we're putting them on Main Street, or we're putting them out on bicycles, or we're putting them out on the boats on Lake Wequaquet, or we're assigned to some type of traffic enforcement. We are now directing their uncommitted time. And yes, we will have foot patrols on Main Street, Hyannis, but on a limited basis.
Would you clarify to the person who asked that question why it is that we will not have community? It is a liability issue, I believe. The summer cops.
The summer police officers, in the past, in the 70s, 80s, we had up to 60 summer police officers. Their training was limited to 10 days. The liability that the town is taking a chance on is absolutely incredible. They have full arrest powers, they are armed, and they have the right to use deadly force. And to put them out there is absolutely ludicrous. We just hired 5 police officers. They went through 23 weeks of a police academy. They went through 2 weeks of in-house training. They are now in a training for 3 additional months, and they're not going to be cut loose until sometime in October. So to put kids out there for 2 weeks of training is absolutely ludicrous.
It's dangerous.
The $11 million police budget was approved. Maintaining the infrastructure of the town's marinas was also brought up during a discussion period. Here's Town Manager John Klim on developing an appropriate maintenance plan.
It's an excellent question, and it's something that we have to, and I've mentioned this to residents of Barnstable Village and activists and what have you, that we do not want to find ourselves in a position in the near or far future where we have a bulkhead that's collapsing and we don't have funds. I don't want to ever have to go through what we went through over the last 6 to 9 months to chase the $3.75 million of grant funding. That means we have to put a business plan together that brings in more revenue. So the answer is yes, we are cognizant of the fact that we need to raise more money, put it aside for capital, and I suspect that over the next 6 months to a year, as we continue on with this building project, that there will be many conversations about how most appropriately to do that.
Our last clip today features School Superintendent Dr. Patricia Grenier responding to a series of questions from the public.
We have three school-related questions that I would ask the superintendent to respond to. One's from Hyannis. Is the superintendent concerned about using one-time funding sources to balance the next fiscal year's budget? And then a call from Centerville wants to know whether you're planning on closing any schools in the coming year, and one's asking for our comment about the school system's dropout rate.
Thank you, Mr. President, through you. Good evening, everyone. One-time money, sure. I'm always anxious about using one-time money. I think everybody is. The rationale, as I explained to you before, is that this is ARA money, American Recovery Act. If we do not use it, it would return to the federal government. It is an appropriate use and a legal use for us to do so. So we will be using $700,000 of one-time monies this year. We have been extremely thoughtful in looking at the 2012 fiscal year budget, and this is our budget proposal for 2011. We do believe we have a healthy reserve in our savings account, and that will continue. We expect that to continue to grow. We have monies in our school choice account and in our school transportation account that could potentially offset that money. But as I presented to the council, my hope is that right after this fiscal year 2011 budget is passed, that the subcommittee between town council and school committee that has operated in the past to discuss finances will immediately reconvene and set out a strategy for FY12. The second question, oh Lord, I hope there are no closures next year. And so there are none planned. We have level service next year, so the services that our students enjoyed this year and that our staff worked so hard to provide will be provided again next year in all aspects. And a comment on our dropout rate. Thank you to whomever called, because I get to say again that our dropout rate has continued to decline for the past 5 years at the high school, and that's a tribute to the efforts of the high school staff and some of the extraordinary programs that they put in to support our high school students. And statistically, a high school diploma makes the quality of your life financially, emotionally, and socially more productive. So we've just added to the quality of the life of our students.
The $57 million school budget was approved. Speaking of schools, Katrina Malikoff, Luke Starr, and Dan Norman, members of the Barnstable Community Problem Solving Team from Barnstable High School, made a request to the town council and to all citizens to assist them with their goal to attend an invitational international competition in La Crosse, Wisconsin. They hope they can spread their message to folks from across the globe. Their project, called POWER, or Protect Our Water and Environmental Resources, has been presented to a number of local organizations. If you're interested in donating, you may send contributions to Community Problem Solvers, care of Nancy Aborn, at Barnstable High School, 744 West Main Street, Hyannis, 02601. Now here's a look at this week's meetings. Monday, June 7th at 5:30, the Recreation Commission meets in the Town Hall hearing room. On Tuesday, June 8th at 9:15, the Conservation Commission has a hearing in the Town Hall hearing room. At 3 o'clock, the Board of Health meets in the Town Hall hearing room. For Wednesday, June 9th at 7 o'clock, the Zoning Board of Appeals meets in the Town Hall hearing room. Also at 7, Old Kings Highway meets on Route 149 in the West Barnstable Community Building. Thursday, June 10th at 9 o'clock, Site Plan Review has a meeting in the Town Hall hearing room. At 7 o'clock, the Town Council has a budget workshop in the Town Hall hearing room. The airport's $6 million budget was approved on June 3rd as well. The Town Council is meeting in a special session on Thursday, June 10th to continue their budget review process. If you'd like to call in during the meeting on the 10th, you may call 508-862-4610. Well, that's all the time we have for now. I'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.